Hi, Kellyanne Matuskiewicz from kellyannecorey.com, and today I want to talk to you about dreams and desires. Dreams and desires are not a mind thing. They are a heart and a vibrational thing. And while your mind can get you towards clarity, because I bet some of you, maybe even watching this, have a hard time even getting clear about what it is that you want. And so even if you do have clarity about what you want, right, it's still in the mind. It's still in your thought processes. And our hearts are the vibrational, it's the vibrational channel in which you send signals out to call into your life a vibrational match to what it is that you desire to be experiencing, right? So it's not even so much, like you've heard this before, it's not so much about, needing to know, but what is the feeling? Like, what is the feeling when you're going to have that romantic relationship? What is the feeling that you feel like you're going to have when you have more money, or when you're sharing your gift out into the world, or you're doing the work that you really love? What is that feeling? Because that's really what, draws you to it. That's one part. Another part to that is that there's a greater part of you that knows what's meant for you, what is part of all of your dreams and your desires. And so it's like we can kind of get a little mind fucked in the head when you're thinking so much about what you want, and you want to be clear, and you want to get the vision board right, and you want to make sure you send out the right message out to the universe. And this is why isn't it coming? Because you haven't been clear and you need to be more clear. What happens with that is that now it's not only that you're actually coming from such a much stronger energy of like not having it, right? Because you're still kind of like building it. And again, this is all mind stuff, right? And so I see myself as a channel that brings through the upgraded information about energy and consciousness, because that's what I'm talking about right here. And plus my brain works really fast. So it's like these things come in, and my brain works fast, and there's this way that I can see from like the easiest, most quick, efficient way from point A to point B. Right? It's like, what I'm hearing is like, pass go, collect $200. And even thinking back, like when I was in corporate world, I would, part of what I had to do was redesign the way that a whole bunch of all of the mail on the claims came into the system, and like how they got to where they needed to be. So there's some systematic mind stuff and that's operating in my mind, and I could get too intellectual sometimes. So it is about being aware, and this is why the desires in your dreams are not coming from your mind. And this is why I want to bring it through to you, is because we're moving more and more and more into integrated physical beings with our vibrational frequency, right? We're all these, channels and vehicles for your soul, or for your essence, or for your energy, your vibrational frequency. And a lot of what's been happening, especially this year, it's been quite wild, integration of the two, right? And allowing that in. And so with all that change that's been going on, you might be kind of like, coming to a place of like, one, understanding like how powerful you really are in, participating in the co-creation of your life experiences. And if not, like, join me. Let's do some work together. And I'm going to share a little bit more about this healthy, happy. It's actually happy, healthy, and hot group course that's starting. Well, the doors will be open on Sunday, 12/1, and we're going to go for 21 days. So back to desires. So it's like, the evolution of ourselves, right? It's like the vision boards, like there's been ways that we've been able to, um, cultivate clarity about what it is that we want. And so my point about like all the changes happen this year is like, you may be at a point right now where you're sitting and you're thinking, what do I really want? Right? Because you're realizing, whoa, I'm pretty powerful in this co-creation piece. And you may be even recognizing some conditioning or programs and limitations and fears that you have around allowing your fears in. So there's a lot of reasons why we've been programmed or conditioned to believe that, like we don't need, like, this is why we can't get in touch with our dreams and desires, is that like we've been programmed to like, we don't need it. How many times you're told you can't afford it, or you don't deserve it, or you didn't earn it. I was at a grocery store the other day. This is where it was like playing out in front of me, where there was a mother and a little girl, and the little girl was like looking at some kind of, I don't even know, a snack thing. And the mother's like, you don't need it. And like what I saw right there was like this dynamic of like, this girl has like, she's expressing a want, she's expressing a desire, and like the instant response is, you don't need it. Yeah, I mean, there's things that we maybe don't need, right? But we can have them, and we can want them, and we can allow them, right? So, as I'm sharing some of this, like my intention is to be unfucking your mind around, what you've been conditioned and programmed with your, around desires and your wants, right? And like, were you told like any of those things that I just said, like, you don't deserve it, you didn't earn it. Or how about this? How about, you actually may be afraid to allow your desires to come in because, one, you're afraid that they'll go away, that everything will crash and burn and you'll lose it. So don't even like want it in the first place. Then you won't have to worry about losing it. Mindfuck, eh? And then the other one is like, a fear of allowing it in, and then how are other people around you going to feel, right? Other people around you, like, do you not allow yourself your dreams and desires to come in because on some level you're afraid that your mother will be hurt, or your friends, will be jealous, or what will people say? Like, what will people say if like, who am I to have like an amazing life, or, have my wishes come true? Well, who are you not to? Right? You are, a superhuman, right? Superhuman who has this energetic frequency inside that magnetizes to you your experiences. So it's frequency, it's vibration. So side note, the course name, I have to get it like in my mind. I don't, happy, healthy, and hot. It's just kind of funny because I resisted the title of that. And then I spent like 5 hours trying to come up with something else yesterday. And yeah, it was all there. Because here's the thing, happy, healthy, and hot. Like, isn't that like part of like if you think about, if you're coming from a vibrational frequency of being happy and feeling healthy, no matter what, what things look like, but feeling healthy, and feeling hot, whatever that means to you, what do you suppose what kind of frequency do you think that's giving out? And what do you suppose would be attracted to that kind of frequency, right? When you see somebody who's just happy for no reason, like kids just like laughing and giggling and being silly, just being happy, right? It's like, it feels good. Unless it doesn't, then ouch. To see kids laughing. All right, I digress. My point to all of this is that you're either afraid to let your fears come through. Your fears are keeping your desires and dreams from, becoming more clear for you, or from you allowing yourself in. The programming and the conditioning, right, about not letting yourself have the wants because you didn't deserve it, or you didn't or you're afraid it'll be taken away, or it was taken away or used as punishment for you. So you cut off even allowing yourself to have it. And so what happens is that when we have those kind of experiences, painful, even like, if you learn from a very young age, like money doesn't grow on trees, who do you think you are? Like, any spoiled brat, whatever, right? However, big T, little t programming condition you had, if you're struggling with some of this now, you want to take a look at like your heart space, okay? And because the way that I see it is our heart space is a vibrational magnet that sends out the signal and draws it in. But when we've had this conditioning and programming and learned things and decided not to have things because it wasn't safe, or afraid that it's going to crash and burn, or afraid of what other people think, it's almost like you put like these walls up, right? And these veils to what it is that you want. You don't even like let yourself see it either, right? And so, because here's the kicker to that. This is how freaking crafty and superhuman powerful you are, because you know enough to build those walls. And the other thing is that you know enough to allow in how you want to feel and the experiences you want to have. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to dismantle the walls. Let your practice be allowing in what you want, allowing in what you want. And you're going to start to pay attention and see when I talk about choice being your superpower, because when you really start to allow in what you want into your heart, really allowing yourself to feel what it feels like to have those experiences. Now, don't make this work. Don't make this like another practice of now, like you're feeling it so much. You're like, your vibration is elevated, not elevated. It's aligned with like not having it. You follow? But like, see, because what you'll notice is that you're not going to have to like try to find the walls. Whatever's in the way will naturally pop to the surface. And then you just use your breath, and then you choose, no, that I'm not available for that anymore. This is what I'm choosing. Right? So it's a very conscious, because a lot of this stuff is happening in the subconscious because you had painful experiences. So what we do is we create coping mechanisms and energetic walls to prevent us from aligning with anything that will bring us to the space of potentially having that hurt again. So leaving you with that practice, and also an invitation. Because as I said at the beginning of this, I am an energy worker and an intuitive guide, and I, work with frequencies where, it's almost like it's like, how do I want to say? It's like the speedway or the shortcut, not in the sense of like you're bypassing anything, but what I do as a channel of energy is I receive downloads and energetic uploads, and like I become in tuned and integrate. Trying to find words for some of this is kind of funny. So I align with these frequencies and have been doing these quantum activations with people. And so in this course that I've created, that starts Sunday, December 1st. Well, it's open Sunday, December 1st. It's and we're going to be together for 21 days. And it is called, again, Happy, Healthy, and Hot, Slay Through the Holidays and Beyond. A little pun on some winter. And what I'm going to be doing inside of that is an energy work piece around clearing out any debris that may be in your energy body, in your heart space, that you're ready to release and transmute and just kind of get out of the way, right? It's like these old operating systems that you don't need anymore, and this is why you're banging your head. Why are things so hard? Or why am I afraid? Or what's in my way? And so the way that I see it, it's just like sweeping some dust bunnies out, right? But, I'll be channeling the energy through this heart, quantum heart healing. And there was something else that was going along with that heart healing. oh, so this is what happens, right? Is that your heart is then clear, and then it becomes a direct channel to your high heart, right? That your higher self heart, the greater aspect of you. So this channel that's between this communicative channel of the vibrational channel for you and your higher self, the greater aspect of you is clear. And then that's where a lot of the communication happens too, right? So it's like, think about it as like a direct connect, like a walkie-talkie to directly to your higher self. And that's really, I would say, a lot of the work that I do is around relationship with yourself. And what happens is that when you have a relationship with yourself, your life expands from that space and manifests, and you magnetize from that space, from the relationship you have with you. Again, I digress. So healthy, nope, happy, healthy, and hot. We're going to be talking about, so I'm going to be doing 3 live energy transmissions, teaching similar to a little bit today, but going, deeper and like focused in on that, the collective energy of the group that comes together. And so 3 activations, a group quantum activation. I will get the link to you for more information about that. And you have access to me inside the group to ask any of the questions that you have around like how to be working with these energies, how to be like, maintaining your vibrational frequency, right? Especially through the end of this year and then into this next decade that we're going into. And so it's like either like keep the forward momentum going that you've already started, and even start the momentum, just like, and the momentum being like forward thinking, forward creation, right? Because, even with this, energy work, heart healing, I don't even have a name for it, that I'll be doing inside the group, it's like we're not needing to like dig to see what's there. Something may rise to the surface, but the major focus is around allowing this, frequency of, energetic capacity to like come in and integrate, and in that, clear the way, the communication between you and your higher self. All right. I am getting redundant now. We're going to talk about being happy and healthy in all the ways, the physical ways, the, emotional ways, the energetic ways, there's stuff that we can also do on a physical level to support the heart space from releasing and opening up. We're going to talk a little, and happy. What's coming to mind for that is like, like keeping on track with the things that keep you balanced and feeling good. So there's much more. I'm going to get you the link to read more about it. I'll be writing more about it over the next couple of days. And you can always check out my Instagram or Facebook stories. I pop in there quite frequently just to kind of like jam and share, and so make sure we're connected there. And I think that's it. So if you're ready, you want in, message me or check the links below. But happy, healthy, and hot is a frequency, and we're just going to bring it all together. We're going to integrate it. We're going to keep that forward momentum going. We're going to do the heart healing work to allow these beautiful frequencies in, and clearing the channel to your higher self, and really and having the group community of like-minded people together, working in this forward momentum, and keeping your vibe high, maintaining your magic, and lighting up and owning every room that you walk into, and just Like, yeah, living your hot self. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Hope to see you in this group. It's going to be phenomenal.